The grappler Baki community has a problem. This doesn't apply to everyone, and it seems to me to be more like the loud minority rather than the majority. But recently I reread the entire Baki series up to date, and I loved every second of it, but the site I was using allows people to comment and message each other about the chapter via Facebook. Something I discussed in my most recent video about Musashi catching a ballistic knife. Go check that out if you're interested, but I was enjoying the fuck out of each and every panel. But it was hard to keep high morale and enjoy myself when every time I'd scroll down to either go to the next chapter or see people's reactions about the cool stuff happening, I'd see an endless mountain of shit, of people bitching and complaining about the stupidest shit. Some people would be down there typing away about how Baki should stop trying to be realistic, like how Oliva deadlifting 500 pounds was a massive downplay of his power, and how all the sumos should get one-shot bodied by all the main cast. That opinion is just stupid for two reasons. In the case of Oliva, Itagaki has always based Baki in reality. Sure, there are nuclear men walking around. Sure, Katsumi can punch at almost 100 times the speed of sound. Sure, there's some fucking bananas shit in Baki. But it being somewhat based in reality has always been a charm of the series. It didn't matter if Oliva could deadlift 500 pounds or 500 tons. Nomi 2 only weighs like 441, if I remember correctly, so the point that Itagaki was driving at, that Nomi 2 could use sumo skill to avoid being lifted by somebody who can normally easily lift him, was achieved. To the second point, this is what Baki is. People from different fighting styles fighting each other to see how good a style is. At this point, after opponents like Musashi and Pickle, the only type of outlandish shit that would outdo what's already been done is something like aliens, and y'all are the same motherfuckers cracking jokes and complaining about that very same shit. Just enjoy watching and reading Baki, realistic and outlandish shit both, because that's the unique charm of Baki. Or, if you really don't enjoy the realism or fantasy elements, get this controversial hardline stance, just don't read it. Can't tell you how many people read the entirety of Bakido just to complain about how unrealistic it was, like they have nothing better to do with their sad little lives. That brings me to my main point for this video. I couldn't find the original comment, but Baki commenter, you know who you are, thank you for your service. He made a really insightful comment that attuned to my soul so strongly, I decided to make an entire rant video dedicated to it. This huge brain fan had this to say. Bruh, some of y'all are acting like straight up spoiled brats over this arc. This manga is basically fantasy at this point. We watched Musashi sliced high-pressure water in half, Pickle be thawed from ice and eat people, Katsumi punched someone so fast his fucking arm exploded, and Yujiro swings Baki around like a pair of nunchucks so fast he beats the shit out of him with a car, and Baki made a toy out of the scraps while he was getting his ass beat. What part of any of this is based in reality? Go read Vinland Saga or Kingdom if y'all want some dry-ass reality. I'm here to see Baki Hanma be a badass motherfucker and fuck shit up. That's it. That's the entire series. I don't care if it takes 50 fucking chapters. Go somewhere else if it's boring you, you child. That is the tea. This guy gets it, man. I was on Reddit the other day, in the Baki subreddit, and there was some discussion going on about the now controversial sumo tourney, because for some reason no normal people should stand a chance against the Baki crew, which doesn't even really apply because these are the strongest sumo wrestlers in the world, and they still mostly got bodied, and Team Baki only has one loss via a forfeit from Katsumi to avoid killing his opponent. And the majority agree that we should just enjoy Baki for what it is instead of complaining about what it isn't. While the series is based in reality to a degree, its special shine is how it's basically a martial arts fantasy manga that uses real elements of combat and martial arts. If you want a more realistic manga, there are other options for you to read, rather than wasting time you could be using to read a manga you enjoy by critiquing a manga you don't like for over 100 chapters. People that actually care about your opinion will have gotten it after the first 5 times at most. But of course, those people don't actually exist, so yeah. Anyway, this series generally melts down to seeing its character do badass and cool feats and techniques while having badass fights. I've always found it odd that people complain about Baki's unrealistic content when the only 100% realistic fighting manga is Hajime no Ippo, and even still it's closer to 90% or 80% realistic when we see Takamura beating a bear in an unarmed fight and dropping weight for the Brian Hawk fight by not drinking anything for like a month and training his ass off. In both instances, it's highly likely and guaranteed Takamura would have died in both respective cases. In second place, behind Hajime no Ippo, it's probably an obscure manga I don't know, but of the ones I know, I'd say it's Garden at like 60% realism, followed by either Tough or Kengan at 50% realism. Baki is closer to 30% realism nowadays, but it was at 40% back in the 90s and 2000s. Regardless, if realism is the ultimate driving force behind your interest, look elsewhere. Baki places excitement and coolness before realism, which is a basic priority chain I enjoy in fiction. Especially because I can just watch UFC 1 or Bellator if I wanted realism. People also tend to complain about chapter lengths or content as mentioned by the commenter I quoted, but that seems like such a stupid argument. Don't like Itagaki's writing style of taking time to explain things or rehash things he's explained many times before? Go away. I'm by no means a gatekeeper. I want there to be more Baki fans. But if y'all are running around saying dumb shit like, ugh, the Hanayama story again, y'all can just head out. The man has a successful manga series that's been running for 3 decades and sold over 75 million copies worldwide, if I remember correctly, with 2 different successful anime adaptations, each with 2 seasons, the old 2000s anime and the Netflix anime, with one of them even due for a 3rd season. If 4 smooth brains stop reading Baki, I think Itagaki's gonna live. It's his unique writing style, just like how Baki has his unique illustration style. I personally love hearing about the cockroach tackle, Hanayama's standing man tattoo, and all the other things Itagaki always rehashes, and it hypes me the fuck up for the next chapter. I give 0 fucks about how long a fight takes because of the explanation or the quote-unquote filler, because everything has a purpose. Everything serves a purpose if he's bringing it up. Don't like the pacing? I'd recommend Kengan. Their pacing is much more to the point, and the combat is a smidge more realistic. That said, the people that choose to stick around just to berate a work of art that you can't even do better than, which makes you feel insecure for some reason, you guys are assholes and you're wasting your time and everyone else's time and spreading needless negativity for no reason. It's okay to not like something, voice your opinion on not liking it, and move on. I got no beef with people who don't like Baki. But damn, y'all, come on. If you don't like it, say it with your chest, pack up, and move the fuck on. That level of petty bitterness, to stick with a series through an entire volume only to shit on it constantly, tilts me to no end. Anyway, before I fucking explode, I should head out. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or if you've had this experience. Comment down below on your experiences with shitbirds like this, or other topics you want me to cover. Subscribe to the channel for more Baki content, or for more me if you want that for some reason. Hit the notification bell to actually be subscribed to me. I've been Chris Rocha, the thickest triangle boy in the world, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
I bet you don't